Yo, it's your favorite brainwashed liberal here, and I don't think I've ever seen so much retaliation from other countries towards the United States for obvious reasons, like Donald Trump. So, spring break has been a disaster for MAGA, specifically MAGA Americans that are trying to find a cheap place to retire and go live at, particularly in vacation spots like Cancun and Acapulco, places like that. Because Mexican people watch the news and they've been paying attention to how Americans talk about Mexican people living in America. Not only that, but it's actually been really disastrous for MAGA Americans specifically, and just Americans in general who are looking for a cheap place to retire. It's been disastrous for the Mexican people. There's a kind of like hard gentrification happening there where rent has risen as a result of gentrification, like by about 40%, probably even more than that by the time that this video goes out. And it really just sort of makes it so that impoverished Mexicans have to further choose between rent, food, and things like electricity, not to mention other expenses. There's people saying that MAGA shouldn't be wearing their red hats or anything, or any pro-Trump merch. This can lead to them being targeted by Mexican citizens and things like that, which, I don't condone, but more power to Mexico. And apparently there's stuff on the news about people reportedly destroying businesses and things like places that have set up shop and everything like that. I don't know if that's true or not. But it begs the question, if you proudly wear your anti-Mexican hate not only through your merch, but also your rhetoric and everything like that, why would you go to Mexico? You don't like those people. And they sure as hell don't like you, so what are you doing, man? This is further illustrated by people who are vacationing in Mexico, being held up at the airport and being sent to the immigration line, being searched, and it's just they're just trolling, making life absolutely miserable for those who expect white privilege in other countries. I've even heard about personal anecdotes of people who go to beaches and tell mariachi bands to stop playing mariachi music, which, I mean, come on, bro. And they can't even really just eat their food in peace. Like, MAGA is just not catching a break. Like, people have been saying that during spring break, which is when this all started, restaurants are secretly spitting in the foods and beverages of MAGA Americans. But the thing that really pisses them off the most, other than, the possible gentrification and the proud hatred of Mexican people through merchandise, is really just the family separation, the anti-immigration, things like that, and just a general racism. So, yeah, that's just karma, guys. Like, don't mess with the Mexican people. And more importantly, don't be racist.